Let's begin here. Top of the hour on a new clock, I want to have a station ID and then an opener. And now I click to music. I can add items by double-clicking on the category name too. When it's time for a spot break, I do that. And then I click back to see my non-music categories and select the one needed. And I can add some more song categories. Now, I don't necessarily have to add things in order. Look at this. I've added 4 hot LP cuts in a row. I left-click on the name of one category, and then I pull it across the clock and onto the top of the name of another item where I want it to be, like this. Now, notice it doesn't replace the item I drop it onto. Instead, it slips it in and moves that other item down one slot in the hour. Now, that's what happens when you left-click and drag. If I do a right-click and drag, then when I select the name of the other category, I have the option of either moving the hot LP cut to be directly before this primary gold on the clock, or swapping the two. So here I'll select swap, and the hot LP cut goes here, and the primary gold went over here. Now, also suppose I want to make a change on a clock. Instead of opening the hour with a hot current, I decide I want to open with a primary gold. I right-click on the name of the category and select Properties. I change the category in that slot to primary gold and click OK. Now the first unit at the top of the hour is primary gold. You can do more with properties too. You can change whatever is in the slot to something else. So instead of a music category, I could change this to a non-music item, or I could change it to a search item or a voice track or a spot break. If you want to cut something from a clock, right-click on the name and select Cut. Or you can drag it to the recycle bin over here on the right. If you double-click on that button, that recycle bin button, it opens to a screen we have called Killed Clock Items. These are things that you've cut from the clock. Double-click on one of the names that appear in this little window, and it's re-added to the clock. Now you can also build clocks in a list by showing the log view. Click this button up here with the little blue, red, and green squares. And here's the log or the list view. Same clock, different view. You can build your clock this way too, just as you do with the graphical view. You can move things from one position to another by either selecting the name and using the blue arrows in the top right corner, or you can select a category and use the keyboard. Hold down the Control button and use the up, down arrows on your keyboard to move it up and down.